Just 4 months ago, I uploaded my very first video to this YouTube channel. I really didn't have any expectations or goals. I honestly just wanted to create content to keep myself creative while I was searching for a full-time job. Now here we are 4 months later, and I have over 100,000 subscribers, and it seems as though this could be my full-time job, which is really weird to say out loud. And that's all thanks to you guys. So for all of you who have watched, commented, liked, or subscribed, thank you. Let's take a quick look. Beauty. To celebrate this crazy milestone, in this video, I'm gonna give you guys a little background about myself so you can get to know me a bit better. I'm also gonna be answering some questions you guys have asked, and as a bonus, I'll also be revealing how much money I've earned on YouTube so far, and I'm gonna be telling you the crazy story about why I'm currently not allowed to touch any of that money. It's a bit of a weird situation. So, let's get into it. So first off, my name's Jono. I'm originally from New Zealand, but I moved to Germany about 5 years ago to work as an au pair and travel around Europe. After doing the nanny gig for about a year, I decided that I quite liked it here in Germany, so managed to find myself a full-time job as a motion designer for a company called Trivago. About 6 months into my job, I started writing treatments and was pitching TV commercial ideas to my team. Eventually, one of my ideas was given the green light, and next thing I knew, I was on a plane to Mexico, about to shoot my first ever TV commercial.
And action!
It was a pretty surreal experience, especially considering just 6 months earlier, I was working as a nanny. I'll never forget the first time I set foot on a professional set. I knew on the first day, I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I want to do for a living. So from there, I just kind of continued pitching scripts, and a lot of them never saw the light of day, but some of them did. And every time it happened, I had the opportunity to work with some amazingly talented people. And at the same time, I was just learning a ton about the world of production. It was awesome. Then 2020 came knocking at the door, and the entire world went into lockdown. The travel industry was brought to its knees, and I, like many others, was made redundant. And I won't lie, it was a pretty shit experience. Near the end of 2020, I managed to find what I thought would be a really cool job opportunity, but it turned out the company was terrible. They were doing a lot of shady stuff, and I just ended up having to quit. At this point, I felt like I was stuck in a downward spiral. I was constantly feeling miserable and felt like I had nothing to be excited about anymore. That's what ultimately led to me making the decision like, all right, I need to do something creative to, give me something to be excited about. And that's essentially what led to me creating this channel. So I dusted off my old camera gear and started making content. All right, so first question. Has anyone from DHL contacted you about the videos you made where you highlighted various issues in their logistics system? Very good question. Yes, actually, so DHL recently reached out to me via Twitter. Now, I want to tell you guys more about that now, but I'm going to save it for an upcoming video. What are some of the plans for the future of this channel? I don't know, I guess I'll probably start reviewing airbags. No, good question. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I guess I'm still trying to figure myself out, right? I'm definitely not an AirTag channel. I would say I'm a tech channel, but I think the key thing for me is I want to make unique content. I don't want to just do unboxings. I want to keep it fresh. So just expect unique content as much as possible. Will you ever tell DHL themselves that the parcel is being tracked and you know exactly where it is? Yeah, sure. I've already told them like multiple times on phone calls. They don't care. Yeah, again, I'll explain more in an upcoming video. Could you place AirTags into different packages and ship them with different companies, comparing private to postal services? I could. I'm not sure it interests me right now. I could. Maybe I will. Let's see. Will you do any AirTag related experiments in the future? Definitely. So there's actually a couple of ideas that I have. The AirTag is just a really interesting piece of technology. I mean, the AirTag, the Find My network is just so huge that, the chances of it getting detected is so high. I managed to detect my AirTags twice mid-flight, which is just insane. I definitely have a few more interesting ideas for AirTag videos, but they'll probably come later down the track. Right now, I want to kind of throw out some other videos that aren't AirTag related. Yeah. How are you? I'm good, thanks. How has your channel exploded so fast? And please post more often. I love your vids. Keep up the great work. Congrats on the 100K. Yeah, thanks, man. I don't know how I exploded so quickly, honestly. I guess there's only one thing I can point to which did drive a lot of subscribers, I think, and that was the AirTag video where I sent 3 parcels around the world. You know, that was kind of a bit of a cliffhanger video, and I think that kind of, you know, made a lot of people want to subscribe because they wanted to find out what happened to those AirTag parcels. Besides that, I really don't know. Would you try this experiment again with other tracking devices like the Samsung Smart Tag or the Tile? Yes. Yes, I would. Why? I don't know. Where did you get the idea to your YouTube channel name, and what is the meaning of Megalag? Yeah, good question. So like a really long time ago, I used to purchase domain names in the hopes that I could sell it for a bit of cash. And one of those domain names was Megalag. I don't know what made me think of it, but when it came to me deciding on how to name this channel, I had no ideas at the time, and I knew that it would be typical me to try like spend way too much time thinking of the perfect name. So I thought, okay, I'm not gonna do that this time. And I don't know, I was just browsing through my, you know, library of domain names that I own, and I saw that one and I was like, sounds good, and I already have the domain name, so I just took it. So honestly, it has no meaning behind it really. It was just a domain name that I have, and yeah, sorry to let you down. Will you review products as a plan for the channel in the future? Yeah, definitely. Why not? What editing software do you use? I'm currently using Adobe Premiere Pro, and I also use After Effects, but I'm looking to actually move to DaVinci. Yeah, I don't know, but that'll probably happen later on down the line. I think it'll be a big learning curve. Do you want to work at DHL so you can improve their horrendous tracking and customer service? No, not really. Well, actually, if I had the chance to work there for 1 week just to understand how complicated the logistics world is, I would definitely do that. So I guess in a way, yes. If I could do it for like a week, I would. For the sake of an investigation, like 100% hands down, I'd definitely do it. In fact, I'd even do it for a month. So yeah, sure, why not? How did you come up with the AirTag idea? I don't quite remember, to be honest. I think the idea kind of evolved. I think it started off with, how about I ship an AirTag to a friend or a family member, and then I can track it and see how well it works. I thought it would just be a good test. But then I thought, what if I send it to someone else? Did you ever think that you were going to be so big on YouTube in such a short time? No. There is no shortage of tech influencers on YouTube. Yeah, no, not at all. Honestly, I didn't really know what to expect. For me to hit 100,000 subscribers in this short of a period is just weird, you know. And I've been getting a ton of comments from people saying like, did you delete videos? You know, I'm sure people think I maybe bought subscribers. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's really, really weird. And humbling. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Good question. Just one moment. It's not that many. Yeah, sure, why not? I like Hawaiian pizza. How long has this experiment been going on for? I guess you're referring to the DHL one. Yeah, it's been going on for quite a while now. I sent the first AirTags in May this year, and the one AirTag parcel is still stuck in Beijing. Crazy. What advice would you give to new YouTubers that are trying to grow? I mean, I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask because I'm also a new YouTuber, so this is very much a learning experience for me too. But I would say a key thing is challenge the status quo. You know, always think outside the box and look at what no one else is doing, right? If you're a tech YouTuber, for example, and you're just doing unboxings and giving your opinion, well, there's a million opinions, there's a million unboxings. If you want to stand out, you got to do something different. That's it for the Q&A. Now let's get into my YouTube earnings. Now, it's not really a secret as to how much YouTubers earn these days. There's a ton of videos online where you can find YouTubers revealing their AdSense income. I'm probably not going to always do this. I figured I'd just do it this time because of the nature of my story. So here we go. In the 4 months that I've been live on YouTube, I've earned almost $22,000 US, which is insane. The craziest part about it is I earn 1/3 of my previous salary in 1 week. So why am I not allowed to touch my earnings? Well, it all boils down to issues with my visa and German bureaucracy. Now, my visa was set to expire at the end of July this year. So about 4 months prior to it expiring, I applied for a renewal and specifically asked for permission to work as a freelancer. In return, they asked me to send through a bunch of documents. Specifically, they wanted me to prove my ability to support myself financially. That wasn't a problem, so I sent the relevant documents through and was waiting for their response. 4 months later, and just a week out from my visa expiring, I finally got my appointment to go to the Foreign Office and to pick up my new visa. Now, I was particularly excited for this because I'm currently on what they call the Arbeitslosengeld, which is essentially Germany's unemployment benefit. And I must say, Germany's welfare system has been amazing, at least in my experience. Now, on the Arbeitslosengeld, I get paid about 60% of my previous salary, which is not a lot, but it's enough for me to survive, and it also covers my health insurance. But you know, as helpful as it's been, I'm ready to get off it now and to put my hands on the money that I've earned. So when I showed up to the foreigner's office, I asked if my permission to work as a freelancer was granted, and the lady replied telling me I hadn't applied for this. Once I showed her the email chain proving I had, she then asked me for more proof that I'd be able to support myself financially as a freelancer. So I showed her my YouTube earnings as well as some emails from companies that had reached out to me for some sponsorship offers. Eventually she comes back to me and says, sorry, it's not enough, which is crazy, right? I'm like, hey guys, I want to come off the benefit and start earning my own money again. And instead of the government being like, awesome, great job, great initiative, they're like, sorry, you're too much of a risk. We'd rather just give you a visa for a year and we'll continue paying the benefit. One suggestion was that I come off the unemployment benefit, get a real job, and reapply for the freelance visa. Now, that wouldn't have been a problem for me, but it just didn't seem right to apply for a role at a company only to leave them a couple of months later after I had my freelance visa. I mean, it's just not a nice thing to do to any company, right? Now, the other suggestion was that I start accepting some of these sponsorship deals that I've been receiving, and I send proof of that off to her colleagues to reconsider my application. So I've done that now, and I sent that off like 3 weeks ago, and I'm waiting to hear back. So yeah, it's a really weird predicament to be in. I've made all this money, but it's just sitting in my AdSense account staring at me. I can't touch it, I can't do anything with it. I mean, I can, but if I do, I have no idea what the repercussions of that will be, and I don't really want to find out. And if nothing happens soon, I might be forced to just move back to New Zealand or potentially Australia. I hope you enjoyed this story. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.